Animals can do many amazing things, from living under the deep ocean and changing their skin color to being immortal, and many more abilities that we have not discovered yet. So why not assume that they can predict the future too? Welcome to Give a Fact, and you are watching Top Things Predicted by Animals. If you like this kind of video, be sure to subscribe for more great content, or tell us what you want to learn more about in the comment section below. Now let's get straight to the video, shall we? 1. Oscar the therapy cat. In 2005, Oscar the therapy cat, who was living at a nursing home in Rhode Island, began to be noticed by his ability to know when dementia patients are going to die sooner than some doctors. Oscar was a pretty shy cat. However, if Oscar curls up with a patient, the staff knows to call the family. He'd scratch at the door if he can't get in. In one case, nurses put him on a patient's bed, but he promptly left to sit with another resident. Oscar's pick passed away that evening. One death occurred, then 2 deaths, and then ultimately he hit about 20 or 30 deaths in a row, at which point everybody started to say, "Wow, this is something quite unique," said the health researcher David Dosa. Perhaps Oscar exhibits some type of spiritual connection beyond what humans have yet to discover. Or maybe cats and dogs can quite literally smell the future. 2. Achilles, the 2018 FIFA World Cup Oracle. This isn't the first time an animal's sense of the future has come into question. Achilles, Snow White hermitage cat with blue eyes, began his career as an oracle in 2017 during the CAF Confederation Cup. Museum employees picked him before every other contender for his ability to analyze things and his unusual behavior. The cat correctly prophesied the outcomes of 3 out of 4 cup games which were held in St. Petersburg, including the opening one and the final. Trainers say that the cat apparently foreshadows the outcome of the next match by eating food from one of 2 bowls, each pegged with the flags from the competing teams. He predicted the outcomes of several games, including Russia's wins against Saudi Arabia and Egypt, Iran's win against Morocco, and Brazil's win against Costa Rica. He was wrong in predicting that Switzerland would win against Sweden and that Nigeria would win against Argentina. Achilles further showed his gift at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. He predicted the winner of the first 4 matches without a single mistake. He was recognized as one of the best World Cup oracles due to these results, but then the cat lost his edge, failing to pick the eventual winner in 3 straight matches. Nevertheless, Achilles' foretelling shows were attracting a lot of attention from fans and journalists. 3. Volcanic eruption predicted by goats. In 2012, researchers studying goat behavior on Mount Etna in Sicily noticed that the goats became nervous and fled hours before a volcanic eruption. The researchers believed that the goats could detect early warning signs of the eruption, such as tremors and the release of gases. It was also noted that the goats only ran away prior to violent eruptions and not in response to every ground tremor. Researchers are now using GPS trackers to monitor animal movements worldwide in the hopes of being able to predict natural disasters more reliably. 4. Paul, the World Cup wonder octopus. Like Achilles, other animals have been used to forecast sports outcomes. The predictions of Paul, a particularly clever octopus who lived at a German aquarium, correctly predicted the winner of 8 athletic games, including the champions of the 2010 World Cup. He flagged his choice by selecting a mussel from one of 2 boxes, decorated with the flags of the competing countries. Although he gained worldwide fame, some fans who didn't particularly care for his choices threatened to fry him up and serve him with sauce. The life of an octopus is short, and Paul died just a few months after he stunned the world with his eerily correct predictions. 5. Sonny Wool the Wonder Sheep. Another impressive animal sports predictor was Sonny Wool, New Zealand's first psychic sheep, with a seemingly uncanny ability to predict rain and the results of all-black matches. Born in 2008, the sheep became famous for appearing on international media shows and news reports to predict the results of the 2011 Rugby World Cup games. Sonny Wool's real name was Bart, and according to his owner Dowling, Bart's big break came when talent manager Dan Boyd, who worked for More FM at the time, came looking for an all-black sheep to use in Rugby World Cup promotions. Dowling said that she didn't have one, but she had a really interesting sheep with a black face that predicted the rain. Bart had a knack for insistently tapping on the windows until he was let inside, just before it rained. Dowling and Bart retired together 2 years ago after they each developed arthritis, and the sheep spent more time in her owner's house. In 2020, Bart's arthritis made it too painful for the sheep to even stand, and Dowling reluctantly called the vet to euthanize him. Dowling said that she sat and held the 12-year-old Bart in his favorite spot in her olive grove while he died, comforting him with the rugby ball he'd had all his life. And once he was gone, she buried him with it. 6. Can toads, birds, and mammals sense earthquakes? In 2009, toads near L'Aquila, Italy deserted their mating sites prior to an earthquake. They did not return until a few days later, after the last of the aftershocks. Researchers suggest that the toads may have been able to detect changes in the planet's atmospheric electrical fields. Changes in the ionosphere occurred prior to the earthquake, and it is thought to be related to either radon gas release or gravity waves. By reviewing motion sensor camera activity, scientists in Yanachaga National Park, Peru, noticed behavioral changes in the birds and mammals at the park prior to an earthquake in 2011. The animals exhibited a sharp decrease in activity for up to 3 weeks prior to the quake. The lack of activity was even more pronounced in the week prior to the event. The researchers also noted a change in the ionosphere 7 to 8 days before the earthquake. After the 2011 magnitude 9 earthquake in Japan, Hiroyuki Yamauchi of National Tsinghua University and colleagues conducted a survey on how cats reacted ahead of the quake. The survey found that 6 or more days before the devastating earthquake, some cats engaged in unusual behaviors and became more stressed out. Felines began trembling, being restless, and escaping. Still, other cats, immediately prior to the quake, became just as agitated. The researchers believe that cats may sense quakes ahead of time because they have a wider range of hearing than humans. They might also be able to detect changes in atmospheric pressure, gravity, and ground deformation. According to Kristen Vitale, a cat researcher at Oregon State University's Human-Animal Interaction Lab, we could see interesting cultural phenomena through these stories as people were going to animals and asking them to predict things. Lori Marino, a neuroscientist and expert in animal behavior and intelligence, also added that there may be some people who actually come to like the animals in this way, but I think generally it's much more negative than positive because there's really no substantive scientific evidence that there are supernatural psychic abilities. Do you think we should just let the animals be who they are and let's stop making them into objects or commodities? Let us know in the comments below. And that is a wrap. What did you learn from this video? Let us know in the comment section below. We hope that our educational videos will help spread the knowledge so everyone can protect our world and biodiversity together. Please like and subscribe to our channel if you find our videos useful and want us to make more videos. Until next time, give a fact.